Mookie Betts and the Dodgers 1 win away from winning the World Series for the first time for these Dodgers since 1988. But it won't be easy against Randy Arozarena and the Rays. They've been in this spot before. He can do it all. Whoa. He can juggle. He's got big-time cowboy boots. He's got big-time power. Game 6 coming up. The World Series on FS1 Pregame is sponsored by Geico. As we look high above Globe Life Field in Arlington, it's chilly out, so the roof is closed, and we bring you Game 6 of the World Series. Cannot wait to get it going. There it is, Commissioner's Trophy. Citrus Trophy, of course, in Arlington, but you get the idea. Dodgers can claim it tonight with a win. Rays are trying to keep their season alive. My guys, the Big Hurt, Hall of Famer Frank Thomas, Big Papi, David Ortiz, A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Before we check out what's trending, it's a big day. It's Little Hurt's birthday today, Frankie. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
12 years old.
It's your birthday?
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
He's 12.
Frank, I got to tell you.
Little Frank birthday.
How many home runs he hit this year already?
Happy birthday.
Hit a lot. 2027, here we come.
Did you buy anything for him?
And thank goodness he doesn't look like you, more like Mom. So.
There we go.
He's still a handsome fellow. He's all right.
Hey, happy birthday, Little Hurt. You know, hope you enjoy.
Happy birthday, little Frankie.
Dad'll be home soon. Why don't we check out what's trending in this World Series for you, get you caught up to speed here. Game 1, Clayton Kershaw was really good. 6 innings, he allowed just 1 run, and the Dodgers rolled to an 8-3 win. But in Game 2, Brandon Lau homered twice. Blake Snell a no-hitter into the 5th. Rays even things up there. Game 3, Walker Buehler, terrific. Struck out 10, 6 innings of work, led L.A. to a 6-2 win and a 2-1 series lead. But Game 4, Dodgers were a strike away from a win. Brett Phillips, heroic with the single, pair of L.A. errors and an improbable Rays win. And we move to Game 5 where Kershaw kept his cool. Margot tried to steal. He picked him off. That was that. And the Dodgers' second win of the series puts them on the brink of their first title in 32 years. And really, what a difference is starting pitching. Kershaw and Buehler and the Dodgers, you look at their starting pitching numbers. The Rays, it was supposed to be the strength of their team, but clearly it's not been the strength, as a matter of fact. 7, 8, 9, worst by an AL team in any World Series. But with that being said, we welcome in our Ken Rosenthal, of course, part of tonight's broadcast in Arlington. And Ken, starting pitching has been great for L.A. Tony Gonsolin starts for the Dodgers. Just based on his postseason history here, you don't think he's going to go too deep into this lineup. So how does it all set up for L.A. here pitching-wise tonight?
Well, Kevin, once again, how the Dodgers piece this together will be fascinating. You mentioned it. Gonsolin will be used as a traditional starter, but he probably won't go more than 4 to 5 innings max. The question, as always, will be how the Dodgers get to the 9th inning and who pitches the 9th inning if they have the lead. Blake Trinan probably is the leading candidate, but he could be needed to snuff out a rally early. Julio Urias, on 2 days rest, could be a factor late, the way he was in Game 7 of the NLCS. And then there is Kenley Jansen. Will the Dodgers trust him to close out what could be their first World Series title since 1988? Dave Roberts' decisions will reveal the answer.
Ken, you know, you're just liking to spread the drama. I like how you're setting it up for us. We like that drama coming the 9th inning. We appreciate that. We'll see you during the broadcast. So it is a lot of decision-making for Dave Roberts here, just how this whole game's going to lay out. I mean, Gonsolin, look, I don't see any reason why he would go more than one time through the order. I mean, that's not how the Dodgers have played it with him. But, Frank, even though they're up 3-2, what's your confidence in the Dodgers closing it out?
I'm not high on this in a closeout game with Gonsolin pitching. He's facing Blake Snell tonight. Blake Snell back against the wall. He is an ace. He's got to pitch like an ace tonight. I'm leaning towards the Rays just because Blake Snell and the Rays know what's ahead of them, and that's a closeout game.
Look, man, I feel like the Dodgers have played with fire too much during this World Series. You know, you having a starter missing because of, you know, some on the close pain, back pain. All of a sudden you call a bullpen game. Look, man, I know you guys have been in the World Series too many times. But that doesn't mean that it guarantees you to be there next year. You got to approach the game the way it's supposed to be. They have been making some moves that I don't agree much with it. Gonsolin is the type of guy that you got to tell him a couple of days ago, listen, this is not a bullpen game. You going to be in the mound for Game 6, you bring it home. And then that at least guarantee you confidence on the guy tonight out there.
And I agree. Look, the Dodgers they're so good. They're like a blue avalanche. I mean, nothing can get in their way besides themselves. I know that Gonsolin's going to go a little longer today, but it's still kind of a bullpen-type game.
You feel that way?
I do. And to me, it's synonymous with prevent defense is not aggressive. You don't win championships by not being aggressive. And to me, the biggest thing is I wouldn't like the Lakers either if LeBron James was limited to 21. I just like letting the river flow, attack, and get it now.
You mean it's scripted, and I like if we say it's passive. And I'm curious, pressure-wise, is the pressure on the Dodgers or is it on the Rays tonight?
Definitely the Dodgers. They got to win regardless tonight, because if they don't win tonight, Frank, they're going to have to deal with some crazy stuff tomorrow. I mean, you know Tampa Bay, they got that bullpen, and they're going to be throwing everything out there against them tomorrow if they don't win tonight.
Well, we all know closeout games are the toughest games. And for the Dodgers, who knows? Like Poppy said, this might have been the day they should have threw Walker Buehler in the sixth game, just because you never know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to go with Charlie Martin against Walker Buehler in Game 7, but today is Game 6. They need to close it out because I don't trust Game 7, and the whole narrative change tomorrow if we get to a Game 7.
Buehler will go Game 7, so that is what they're hanging their hat on. But we'll find out how it works. Why don't we get more on the pitching situation? Pull into the train station with our guy, D-Train. Dontrell Willis. That train whistle sounded strong today, D-Train.
I like it.
It's like your suit today. So, Gonsolin, the key for him to be successful, and who knows how far he's going to go tonight. What are your thoughts?
Listen, we could talk about the split finger, the slider, the fastball command, but for me, Tony's mindset needs to be key and critical today. He can't think of this ball game as an opener. He has to go out there like a starter and prove to not only himself, but his ball club and the Rays that he deserves to be here and make it hard on Dave Roberts to take him out of that ball game. I believe in this stuff, but the mindset is critical. Now, I would give anything, absolutely anything, to pitch in this Game 6, and if he's able to win the matchup and do his job and make it a regular season matchup type thought, man, he's going to get a lot of T-shirts and kitty litter, man, for his ball club and for himself, man.
He is a cat. He is a cat guy. How mentally strong does he have to be? You talked about mindset. If you were on the mound tonight and you knew that realistically you probably are only going to go through the lineup one time, how tough is that to process?
It's tough, but just go one batter at a time. Man, just make sure they go back in the dugout after they pick up a bat. I think you'll be just fine.
D-Train will have you back on Fox. Talk about Blake Snell and the big star for him tonight, so hang with us. We'll see you in a little bit. And while you're watching the World Series tonight, want to go to Fox Sports, the app. Check out the Fox bonus cams. It's really cool. You can access multiple camera angles of the live game. Just turn the phone sideways like that and go to the full screen, and you can swipe to go between feeds. It's a really neat feature. All right, 1988. It's a year L.A. sports fans remember fondly. Will history be repeating itself with the Lakers and the Dodgers? We'll take a walk down memory lane, some championships when we return. And there is the veteran Kevin Kiermaier, the longest tenured Rays, having a terrific World Series. His team, though, again on the brink of elimination, and he'll share his thoughts with our Tom Verducci when we come back.
I got you covered, I'm busted. My brother's a runner, he crushing, it's no discussion. Ooh la la, oh, we wait. Ooh la la, oh, we wait. Ooh la.
He's at 3 home runs in this World Series. Boy, he'd like to have a couple more, and the Rays need it if they're going to stay alive and force a game number 7. Meanwhile, for the Dodgers, their lineup is hit. Especially Corey Seager, whose OPS is, only over 1,400. No big deal. He's been completely absurd. And then 16 years ago today, this happened.
Back to full. Red Sox fans have longed to hear it. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Well, after 86 years, the Red Sox finally broke the curse. Big Bobby hit .308 against the Cardinals in that World Series, but it was a big home run in Game 7 of the ALCS against the Yankees that has a great story attached.
Let me tell you a story that nobody knows about 2 Game 7 that I had to play in New York in 2003 and 2004. The first time I played Game 6 in New York, we won the Game 6, we had to play Game 7. I went back to the hotel. I was stressing out. My family want to go to eat. My family want to go to different places. We play 8 p.m. next day. I stay in the room, and I stressed out so much that next day I was wear out. I had no gas in the tank. I was very tired. You know, we ended up losing the game, bad memories, but the following season, we had the opportunity to go back to play Game 6 at New York again. I'm at the restaurant having dinner with the family, having a couple of glasses of wine, and on my way out of the restaurant, it was a table with 3 Yankees fans sitting down right there. And I hit the table, I bump into it, and one of them starts saying that, hey, there you go the guy that's not going to be able to see the baseball tomorrow. He thought I was drunk or something. And I went back and I told him, hey, it's my first at bat. Tomorrow, I'm taking Kevin Brown's deep. Then I walk out. Next day, they're watching the game in the same place. Pow! I take Kevin Brown deep, my first at bat, and the whole play went crazy.
I mean, Kevin, this is great. Now I find out that while he beat us, he was drunk. The story keeps getting better. It's fantastic.
I was a little tipsy the night before, not the day that I was playing. The day I was playing, I was locked in, and you know better than anybody because you were sitting at third base watching me.
Yeah, I know, Poppy. I know.
That's pretty good. I like that, the book of Poppy. Meanwhile, Kevin Kiermaier is having himself a really good World Series, right? He's hitting .375 against the Dodgers. He spoke with our Tom Verducci.
Come on. Thanks, Kevin. Well, Kevin, you've been here before. Win or go home against the Yankees, you won a close game. Win or go home against the Astros, you won a close game. Give me an idea of this team's confidence tonight, win or go home against the Dodgers, and how those experiences might come into play.
Yeah, we feel good about ourselves. Have definitely had our backs against the wall in a, you know, regarding a situation, win or go home type of feel, and tonight's that. But we got to find a way.
Yeah, let me ask you about getting out early, because the last 3 games you've been playing uphill from the start. It's always important to score first, but how important is it tonight for Tampa Bay?
Yeah, it's gonna be huge. I've said in many interviews over the year, we're much better when we play with the lead. The dugout's just a lot more relaxed. Our approaches become better because we don't feel like we have to press up there or put the pressure on ourselves. And like I said, we have one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball, and we feel really good about letting them, put the pressure on the opposition. So, in a perfect world, we'd like to score early, but, we'll see. But we need to have those good those good approaches throughout the whole lineup and feed off each other.
Kevin, thanks so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Tom, Kevin, appreciate that very much. So interesting what Kiermaier said there. They were the best team in the league when they score first. The best team, that's their mantra. And then in this World Series, consider this, the Dodgers have had the lead for 30 innings. The Rays only 11. They just have not been in front. I mean, that's been, they're always climbing back. So with that being said, when you talk about who's got to really step up for the Rays tonight, who is it?
I think Kiermaier said it. For the Rays to win tonight, it's about their first inning and their first hitter. Their first hitter only hitting 173 all postseason with only 4 runs scored. That's not enough. Choi's got a challenge tonight. And pitching-wise, Kiermaier said it again, you need a 1-2-3 clean inning, set the tone, and set the tempo.
For me, it's Blake Snell. He's considered an ace. He's got the stuff. He's got to step up tonight. There's no doubt about it. He's got to slow these Dodgers hitters down, get to the 6th inning so his bullpen can take over and try to win a close ball game. That's their only shot tonight because this Dodger offense, they're on all cylinders. They're swinging the bat really well. Blake Snell tonight's got to be at his best.
I totally agree with Frank. I mean, the Dodgers, they attack pitching so well, and they have seen this bullpen so much in the short series. Snell have to come in and capitalize what he gonna demand down in the game. He need to show them some good 5 or 6 innings, stop that offense so the bullpen can take over.
Yeah, I think there's 3 good things working for the Rays. You have your starter, you have your A lineup. I like what Kevin Cash, he front-loaded all his lefties with Choi leadoff. Yep. And then you have a rested bullpen. Those 3 things, if they execute, they should be in good shape.
Yeah, Choi leading off for the first time this series, then Rosarena and then Meadows. But we'll see, a lot of times they flop guys when they go to the bullpen, so we'll see if that changes here. Meanwhile, guys, time to make some Fox Bet Super 6 picks. You can play at home for free. Chance to win $25,000. Just go download the Fox Bet Super 6 app and make your picks to enter. One of the questions tonight, how many total hits combined for Corey Seager, Justin Turner, and Cody Bellinger tonight? Big Hurt, total hits for those 3. What do you got for us?
I think it's going to be the night of Blake Snell. I'm going to go with 3.
Ooh!
Only 3.
Wow.
Wow.
Shutting down the Avalanche.
You won against 7, don't you?
I hit a piece.
That would be a story. Poppy, how about you?
Well, because they saw Snell not too long ago, and this offense is so hot right now, I will go 6.
Wow, 6. I'm going to go with bingo number 5 with a Jimmy Jack for the Dodgers.
Going 5. Frank going the lowest, Poppy going the highest. There you go. Download the app and play for free. Chance to win $25,000. Go do it right now. When we come back, well, you got to remember this. Kirk Gibson, right? Giving LA fans a moment for the ages. Who can forget it? And, of course, the Lakers captured their 2nd straight title. We're talking about 1988. We're visiting that magic for the city of LA when we come back. Joey Wendell for the Rays. He's in there, of course, man in the hot corner as he's done so well. He has been terrific at third base. It's a Game 6 coming up.
Everybody squad up, 'cause it's time to ride. Everything we ever dreamed on the other side.
One pregame, sponsored by Geico. And coming up at 7:30 Eastern on Fox, Dave Roberts will sit down with A-Rod. Why don't we get a little taste of that?
They finished the sentence for me. The Dodgers will be world champions tonight if...
Yep, you got to stick around for that. That'll be over on Fox again, half past the hour when we'll see it when our pregame show continues. Hey, the year was 1988. Magic, Worthy, and Kareem were going for back-to-back NBA championships, while the overachieving Dodgers made an improbable postseason run. It was a rare feat. L.A. legends Oral Hershiser and James Worthy are hoping to repeat one more time.
Well, I think the Lakers and the Dodgers are not just sports teams in Los Angeles. I think they're part of the fabric of this culture.
I look forward to another back-to-back Lakers, Dodgers.
Time for Dodger baseball.
In 1988, as a Dodger, you want to win. It was a city of champions already, but we weren't one of them.
Pat Riley in 1987 guaranteed that the Lakers were going to win in 1988, and we did.
I think that's my fondest memory of watching the parade of the Lakers and thinking, you know what, it'd be awfully fun to have our own parade.
Kirk Gibson can barely walk, and he gets up and hits that home run.
I just remember the team getting me runs in the last game and wanting to be the last one on the mound to throw the last pitch.
It's the impossible dream revisited.
We all started to celebrate, and I kind of remember doing the Disneyland commercial right after that. Here in 2020, we need things that are a little bit more positive, a little bit more normal.
For the city of Los Angeles to have the Lakers win a championship and the Dodgers would be miraculous.
So having the Lakers and the Dodgers on top as champions could help us bring this city back and stay great.
I think it'll be an awesome achievement, not only for the organizations, but for our fans here in Los Angeles.
Those two were the MVPs that year for their respective teams. Only 3 cities have won multiple titles in the calendar year this century. Last was the Steelers and Penguins in 09. Boston did it in 04 with Big Papi and Tom Brady. Lakers, and of course, 18 years ago. Angels, there you go. And don't forget, by the way, if the Rays are able to extend to a Game 7 and then win it, they would also be on that list because the Lightning are title holders as well. One other thing. Lakers only won 2.5 weeks ago, so it'll be the first time in history within 3 weeks you could have that. But, Trey, I'm curious, you know, when you look about if the Dodgers are actually able to finish this thing tonight, there are a lot of candidates here. Who would be the MVP?
Corey Seager is batting .470, guys. I mean, that's phenomenal. He got 4 hits in Game 4. Most people don't get 4 hits throughout a whole series. Played top-notch defense. He's proving to the world that when he's healthy, he's up there with the Lindors and the Stories, and he's going to make a lot of money. I need to be his friend.
You're right, Trey. For me, it's Corey Seager also. besides Randy Rosarino, no one has done what he's done in the playoffs. His heroics has been every round. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Corey Seager for me.
I would like JT to finish having a strong night tonight so he can be one of those MVP in the World Series. This guy quietly had done such a great job. He is one of the Dodgers' face for a long time. Every time you think about Dodgers, you think about JT. Quiet, he keeps the team balanced. And I would love to see him win the MVP.
Poppy, in 1981, they split it 3 ways when the Dodgers won the championship. Yeager, Ronce, and Pedro Guerrero, a Dominican friend. If you want to do that this year with a 3-way, you have Muncy, Seager, and JT. But for me, is that man right there, Justin Turner, lights-out defense, big innings, big home runs early and late. And since he got there, he's been the face of that franchise. He's the leader. And I just think JT's outstanding.
I don't think you could argue with any of that. I mean, you could even put Max Muncy in that conversation. Their lineup, especially the top of their order, has been so darn good. I'm just going to tell you, you guys are all wrong. Because there's no way in the world, if the Dodgers win tonight, that Clayton Kershaw is going to go 2-0 in this series and he's not going to win the MVP train. I'm sorry, that's the way it's going to be.
I can't hate on him. He's a fellow left-handed pitcher. You know you're going to see him on a podium, but if Corey Seager don't get it, they got to make him a plaque or a mural on Pico or something like that because he's had a phenomenal series.
If it ends tonight, it'll definitely be Clayton Kershaw with 2 wins, 6 games. But if it goes to Game 7, it's going to be the guys we all discuss.
I totally agree with you. We also need to throw Buehler out there. He has pitched amazing also too, but you're right. You're right.
It's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem, but they got to finish the job, right?
Right.
We're just spitballing here if they happen to win it here tonight, but the Rays want to say, no. We want to force a Game 7 and see if they can take home their first ever World Series title in franchise history. And that's why they've got the G-Man on top of the order. G-Man Choi leading it off tonight, trying to get the Rays going. He's always laughing, smiling about something. And the Rays will be relying on him tonight to get some runs against Tony Gonsolin and the Dodgers. Gonsolin hasn't gone very deep. The Catman is ready for tonight. Will he help bring home a title for the Dodgers, or will the Rays keep their season alive? Turn it on over to your local Fox station. Right now, our World Series Game 6 coverage continues with the pregame over there. We'll see you in a moment.